Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can. Excuse me, and I continue with Call of Cthulhu blind. So, let's go. Oh, that was a door opening to literal nothing. Kind of trippy how I can back down through the darkness almost indefinitely. Well, I guess it wasn't indefinitely, but still kind of cool.
What did they do to you? Can you speak? Sarah.
He gave him the gold and I the azure. I don't see him very often anymore. The green is stronger.
Are you feeling ill?
I'm here, but no.
Let's get you out of here.
It comes in my dreams. Our minds melt like colors on a palette.
Come with me.
It's of the oldest green. A violent living, vibrant. A sea green, maybe. No.
Mrs. Hawkins, we must go before someone finds out.
Oh, but he will. He always knows these things when it's about me.
I guess at this point, I'm insane enough that I can literally rumble in the language of the old ones, which is perhaps not a good idea, but it's far too tempting not to do it, given what kind of a game this is. Like, I was, from the beginning, maybe not intending, but at least expecting that my character is going to go insane, so why not take advantage of that? Let's choose this, whatever it is.
I have seen the same color. It was not as vivid as you said.
A pale copy. A discarded spawn.
Do you know what it was? Tell me.
I can't. We should not call his name. Terrible, terrible consequences.
All right. Come with me.
He will know. He will find us.
One more reason to hurry.
Have I seen you before?
Can you walk?
Maybe.
Then let's go before your husband finds us.
So I guess they've been keeping...
In your studio.
What?
You painted me. That's where you saw me.
Of course.
I guess they were keeping her here and supplying her with paint so that...
You mean the guards?
Guess we should run away instead of me, loitering about. But they supplied her with paint so that she could continue painting, because the paintings are magical.
Oh no!
This way.
I got this. Okay.
I don't want to leave her, so I'll stay behind her. Wait, just hope she went inside. Okay.
Wait! The machine. It's the green. The decaying one.
The gas.
Yes. It's not good for living beings.
We don't have time for that.
I am not moving until the wrong is set right.
Damn it.
Okay, so I need to blow up another machine, I would imagine.
I'd be better off finding a tool. Perfect.
There it is.
All right.
So
That should do it.
I'm just letting the oil drain out.
Where the hell do you think you're going, woman?
I'm your puppet no more, you bastard!
You're my wife. My wife. You owe me obedience.
Leave her alone! We're leaving this crazy island.
You are going nowhere. Don't get between me and my wife.
Edward!
Nobody tells me what to do with my wife. How dare you? No! Why should I let you take her away when I could snap your neck?
They don't want me dead.
Why? Because you are the one destined to perform the call.
Your wife thinks so.
Fool. My desire to protect Sarah is stronger than their petty schemes.
You hurt her.
No, detective. She is much, much more than a woman. She is the Oracle. Sarah has seen things, has made things you can't even begin to imagine. Would you still save her if I told you that she is even more dangerous than I am?
She's weak. Physically and mentally.
Do not make the mistake of thinking she's a feeble woman. the myth for too long. Even if she were to leave Darkwater, she would still hear his call. And the cult will always be here, waiting for her.
Then we get rid of its members.
You are out of your league, detective. They control the whole island. She will finally surrender to his power, and the world will fall with her.
Don't!
No one can escape the wheel of destiny, they say. But I will change it. I will save Sarah.
Okay, that was a pretty weird interaction, to say the least. I wasn't really sure what to respond with, and I was a little intimidated by the presumed time pressure, so I just kind of clicked whichever option struck my fancy first. I don't think it mattered that much, seeing how he died in the end. But yeah, the whole conversation was weird because first it seems that Pierce has been prophesized to summon Cthulhu, but what's even weirder is that apparently, at least in his own mind, Charles didn't really agree with the cult, at least not all the way through. He seemed to think that they had some bad plans for his wife. And at least in his own words, he tried to keep her away from them. And the way he died, he almost got kind of emotional. He reached out to her and grabbed her hand, and they held hands for a bit till Pierce killed him with an axe. So pretty weird overall. But Hawkins mentioned, after the death of Colden, Pierce, victim of hallucinations, advanced inside the Riverside Institute to the point of discovering Sarah Hawkins alive, prisoner of Dr. Fuller. The last confrontation between Charles Hawkins and his wife revealed that the man, under his monstrous appearance, tried to protect her from the influence of the myth. He warned Pierce, if Sarah succumbs to the lure of the occult, she will lose all free will, allowing the cult to bring its plan to fruition, summon an ancient evil god. Henceforth, Pierce must know more about Sarah Hawkins' intentions and find a way to protect her. Okay. I guess they are burying him again, sort of.
No parent should have to bury their child.
Oh.
Knowing it's me that put him there. The guilt will never go away.
I feel your pain.
I'll do anything to get him back. Anything. My work was what lured me here in the first place. It began showing me things I never should have painted. Things Charles should never have seen.
What am I to you? I took care of you, saved you from your miserable life. You'll never find a man better than me. You owe me.
I owe you nothing. We'll leave now.
You're not going anywhere. You are mine!
Simon.
Come on. It's over now.
To be honest, I don't think that scene made a lot of sense.
Do I have a choice?
Because I don't think the mere fact that Charles threw Simon to the floor would have killed him, and if he was still alive at the time where, like, I'm not quite sure how did he die? Like, why? Although I guess the caretaker probably was like secretly in love with Sarah or something, and that's why he saved her instead of the kid. But it wasn't like it wasn't entirely clear to me how he died. I guess he lost consciousness. Oh, that's Bradley. I guess he lost consciousness from being thrown, and so did Sarah, so she couldn't save him, whereas she was saved by the caretaker, by Silas.
Mr. Pierce, we were waiting for you.
Good. Sarah doesn't have much time.
What are you doing here?
Did you think I would let you confront the occult without supervision?
This is too dangerous for a bookworm like you.
Algernon, I need to talk to Mr. Pierce.
Very well, Sarah. I will be in Charles Hawkins' office.
Okay. Let's talk to him.
You seem different.
Yes. When I woke up this morning, my mind was sharper. Cleaner. I can still hear the voice calling me. It is so strong, so ancient, enticing, dangerous. I may never be able to escape his grip, but for now I can keep it at bay. I know what I owe you, Mr. Pierce, but I can't come back to Boston with you.
Well, duh. Like, that's to so stupidly obvious that I'm almost embarrassed. Like, and I'm pretty sure she must know that, but okay.
I saw everything. The tunnels under your house, the rituals, the secret society. I must get you out of its reach.
I know how dangerous they can be to me. But first, there's the Wanderer. I must find it and kill it. I am the only one who can end its slaughter.
No. No, you will come with me to Boston.
I owe you no obedience.
This isn't about what you want or don't want to do. You would risk destroying the world just because you can't face the consequences of your actions.
I am willing to atone for my sins.
No, you're just trying to erase all proof of the mistakes you've made.
I know what I have done. I will not rest until the creature is sent back to its dimension.
Okay, let's go all the way with the so we all die. Let's go all the way with the insanity route.
You can't give up, even knowing the stakes.
Yes, thank you.
Still, I won't let you go.
What?
You will stay here until I find a safe way to return to Boston.
That's ridiculous. Listen, Algernon knows of a way to protect me. Help him find what he seeks, and we may all survive this battle.
All right. I'll help you.
Ah, he's probably looking for the amulet of the old ones. The one that he mentioned in his notes, because he said that okay, there's an opportunity for a drink, but I haven't done so far, so... But he said that it came to Charles Hawkins' possessions, so I'm just checking this door. There's nothing here. So I guess he's looking for it to use it as protection against the servants of the old ones. What about you, Bradley?
How are you, Bradley?
Ah, it's you, Pierce. I'm just worried about Marie. I mean Dr. Colden. Have you had any news?
I'm pretty sure she's dead, although there's a slight possibility she's a zombie.
I'm so sorry, Bradley. I could do nothing to save her.
What do you mean? What happened?
I'm not sure what happened, but I found her body in the cellars of Riverside.
You sure that you've got nothing to do with it? If she hadn't tried to help you, she might still be alive.
I'm sorry. Truly.
It's that slug, Fuller. I swear I'll shoot him. What do you say, Pierce? Are you with me?
Okay, I doubt it's going to be conductive to a positive outcome on this conversation, because I'm going to spout some gibberish to this guy who is, I assume, not at all versed in the occult, but it's just, you know, too juicy to overlook this opportunity of spouting some insane gibberish.
Have no fear, Bradley. Dr. Fuller will not escape the clutches of destiny for long. Sooner or later, he will be judged for what he has done. You just need to have faith.
What are you talking about? What's this story of destiny? No, I'm sorry. I'm not going to wait for some mystical intervention. I'll take care of him. Myself.
We must do something for those who are still alive, Bradley. Sarah is still in danger as long as the cult is active. We need to see this through, otherwise Marie's death will have been in vain.
You're, the voice of reason, Pierce. As always.
Yeah, of course, the voice of reason. That's what I am. With my crumbling sanity. That's exactly what I am.
Was Sarah Hawkins telling the truth?
Oh, I can revisit it. Which might be useful given that I've learned a little bit about the occult since then, so maybe I'll be able to determine more properties of the circle.
What kind of ritual was she preparing? Was the painting of the Shambler displayed here? Mrs. Hawkins never told me why she was in possession of the Necronomicon. She was trying to send back the Shambler.
To be honest, it's not that... it's not a revelation at all, at this point.
How did she react? Was she afraid? Charles Hawkins was ready to do anything to protect his wife.
Wait. He's still unmutated here. So was he mutated as a result of fighting the Shambler? Not sure, to be honest. It's the storyline is a little bit complicated at this point, which is good. It's good if there are mysteries to be solved. I don't think anything has changed here, but I will go to the studio because I didn't really explore it before. Because there was a cutscene that has played. Okay, so ship. That's Sarah Hawkins and some weird figure. That's I don't know what. That's Ancient Abominations of Evil. That's a guy with a cane. Maybe it's a distorted personification of Charles. That seems to be slightly different version of this painting. Charles and Sarah. And some empty pieces of canvas. Well, all in all, well, again, this is like a variation on the previous painting, but all in all, it isn't really that interesting, to be honest. So let's go to Hawkins' office to talk with Algernon. Okay, so apparently I can... It should be caved in, right? Yeah.
Damn it. The entrance to the tunnel has been buried following the cave-in. But at least I didn't dream it.
Well, I guess this is a valid point.
Seeing you again. Ah, it's you. I'm here for her, not you.
I don't care why you're here. Your usefulness is the only thing that matters. How do we protect Mrs. Hawkins from the influence of the forces that claim her?
By following Charles Hawkins, that imbecile of a thief, of course.
What do you mean?
He found something. An amulet. The symbol engraved on it could protect Sarah.
Could?
We are dealing with forces that by far surpass what your intellect can process. Feel free to ask me any question regarding the matters that exceed your grasp.
Well, first, let's go with the insane gibberish.
What is the true nature of the Necronomicon?
I see that you are interested in my precious book. It is the definitive book of knowledge of the occult, Mr. Pierce, written by Abdul al-Hazred. It is the answer to many a question.
That is why it's so highly valued.
Yes, and even though it is a copy, given to me as a gift by Professor Armitage of Miskatonic University, the work remains very powerful.
I understand better why you keep it in a safe.
So it is a copy. Wait, he sold the dagger to Sanders? Shouldn't it be you? Because it's him.
The dagger with the strange sign. Was it you who sold it to Francis Sanders?
If you are referring to the dagger of the ancients, then yes, it was me. Why?
Do you know what he intended to do with it?
Francis was primarily a collector of occult objects. He liked rare items such as the dagger. But I doubt he knew its purpose.
It allowed me to send the creature you call the Shambler back into the painting.
Fascinating. But I am afraid that this might only be short-lived.
You mean that thing could come back?
Yes, that is why I am looking for a more permanent solution.
It must never come back.
Well, to be honest, it already did come back in the basement of the Institute.
This creature, the Shambler, what is it?
It is a hunter. It travels from one dimension to another to hunt down its prey.
Francis Sanders was one of its victims. How could a creature like that end up in one of Mrs. Hawkins' paintings?
Sarah has an uncommon gift. A connection with entities that live beyond our reality. I doubt that she was aware at the time, but when she painted the picture in a certain way, she called it.
And now it remains in our reality.
Let us say that it uses the painting as a portal into our reality, and we make enticing prey for it.
That's why we must find a way of sending it back to where it came from permanently. A genius like you must have already found a way to get rid of this creature, yes?
I sense your sarcasm, but it does happen that, yes, I do have a solution. I think I can destroy it, but for that I must approach the creature, and to be able to do so, I need the key to Rie.
Another one of your baubles.
It is no bauble, unbeliever. It is a very powerful protection, able to repel very ancient forces. Much more effective than your cult.
What does it look like?
It is a golden amulet, bearing very ancient inscriptions and an elder sign at its center. A star with an eye in the middle.
I've already seen that sign. Where can we find it?
Therein lies the problem. That foul thief Charles has hidden it somewhere. I found this drawing among his personal effects. I think that it has something to do with the location of the amulet.
I'll follow this lead. You continue searching.
That is what I intend to do. As for you, return here the second you find it. I don't want it to disappear again.
Okay, so I'm looking for a particular bust. There's a bunch of them throughout the mansion. I think there are at least like 2 in here. Ah, I know where this is. This sketch must guide me to the artifact concealed by concealed Charles Hawkins. Again, I'm pretty sure this is a mistake. I know where this is. This is near the balcony. Balcony, near the... What would you call it? Well, it's over here. It's not a balcony. Whatever what you call it, it's over here. It's this. Wait. It was just lying in a strongbox and nobody opened it?
This is the amulet that Drake was looking for.
It wasn't even really hidden. It was lying in plain sight. The amulet is engraved with the elder sign. Drake calls it the key of relay. He firmly believes that this artifact is of great power. Well, I just had a vision of him using the amulet to do something. So I would imagine that's significant.
It's you again.
Well,
I think I've found what we're looking for.
Let me see that. Yes, that's it. It's perfect. We are saved.
I must tell Mrs. Hawkins.
Yes, do that.
Okay. Well, I guess she's preparing to leave.
I have it. It's a strange amulet. I hope it will protect you, considering that nothing will help you change your mind.
You must understand. I already went too far.
What have you seen that's so terrible you convinced yourself that you had to risk so much?
I can't tell you now.
This story is going to end badly.
Pierce! Chief West is here with Sullivan.
Bradley, you take care of Sarah. I will deal with them.
You sure? All right.
I've been hearing about you a lot lately. You seem to enjoy causing trouble.
Nice job, Chief. You got me. Great police work.
You can try to play smart with me all you want, Pierce. Witnesses have identified you as the one who set fire to Riverside.
Witnesses? How convenient. That's not the whole story, is it?
I don't care about your stories. Save them for the judge. You know, us cops, we base our investigation on facts and testimonies. You might want to try that next time.
You bet I will.
Chapter 10, The Darkwater Police Station. With the help of Algernon Drake, Pierce has obtained an amulet that is supposed to protect Sarah Hawkins against the evil powers that covet her. The painter told him of her desire to track and kill the dimensional shambler in order to atone for her sins. Before Pierce could stop her, he was arrested by the police.
You know, I've heard a lot about you, Mr. Pierce.
All good, I hope.
It appears that you've been involved in a variety of misdemeanors since your arrival on Darkwater. Entering private property, twice. Aggression, insulting behavior, and to top it all, arson.
I guess I could bargain with them. You know, information for information or something. Because I am guilty of at least a couple of those. Not the arson per se, but entering private property, sure. Aggression, I guess that depends on how you would define that. Insulting behavior, definitely.
Listen, in my line of business, we are obliged to overstep certain limits.
We're not just talking about illegal surveillance. You were being accused of serious crimes.
There's nothing serious in what you've said. And you've got no proof that I started the fire.
Don't you worry. I'll find some.
You're going to waste time and effort on me, while terrible things are happening on this island.
Yeah? So what's going on that I don't know about?
Well, I guess I'll use the investigation expert, because it seems like all of those options are good, but this is the only one that uses a skill check, so I would imagine it's going to be the most effective.
You'd be better off taking an interest in Dr. Fuller. The experiments he carries out on his patients are as inhuman as they are illegal. And when Dr. Colden wanted to put a stop to it, she too went under the knife.
What are you talking about? Nobody's reported any wrongdoings. Dr. Fuller is a man who is as much respected and admired on the island as he is in his profession. It seems like you've got a grievance against him. Is that why you set fire to his institute?
I'm admitting nothing at all.
Come on, I'll show you to your new residence. I'll be back later to ask you some questions. I hope that you'll make the right choice and confess to everything. It would be as unpleasant for you as it would be for me if I had to adopt more advanced questioning.
I have no doubt about that.
Good night, Mr. Pierce.
Well, that didn't really work.
Mr. Pierce, the Truth Seeker. We meet at last.
Who's there?
It's raining.
I am the one men named Leviathan. Not because of the scale of my terrestrial form, but as a reminder of the immensity of my knowledge, which I came to share with you, human. Do not struggle. You will not be able to speak or escape my influence.
Well, to be honest, I don't think it's a good idea at all to enter deals with ancient beings of eldritch power that you know nothing about, because those deals usually come at a price. But then, can I even oppose it? I guess I should at least try, because I know nothing about it. I'm not sure why should I submit, other than because I'm insane.
I told you to behave. You are here to accept the knowledge and follow the path that leads to your freedom. This is an offer that the likes of you, particularly those with such rare characteristics, cannot refuse. The more you bend your human spirit to make it able to receive the truth, the closer you will come to embrace his power. Where is the Oracle, Truth Seeker? Would you like to see her?
Like, I do like knowledge, but I feel like this is basically entering a bargain with the Leviathan, because he's not going to give me the knowledge for free. And first of all, I do not know what such a bargain entails exactly. Second of all, I do not know what the Leviathan even is exactly. So I don't think it's particularly wise to enter any sort of covenant with it. I am a little bit torn on that issue because this fits more with the, with the researcher of the occult / insane person route. But in the end, I feel like this is not particularly wise. Although the Leviathan is, at least seems to be a distinct entity from Cthulhu, so if he's an enemy of the Great Old Ones, then he might be of help to me, but I think I'm still going to refuse. I'll try to solve it on my own, as a mortal.
Your mind must open itself willingly, or the truth will immediately shatter it. Our paths shall cross again, Truth Seeker.
You know the risk, Sarah. If you happen to use your powers again, you may lose more than your life.
It is not about me, but innocent lives. I hope that your sources are reliable.
The bootleggers have the painting. If the dimensional shambler is to appear, he will do it here. The shambler! I knew it!
No! Not again!
Well, I guess I'm playing as Sarah now.
Algernon, come back!
This location reminds me of the Devil's Reef in Dark Corners of the Earth. But this episode has been looks like there's nothing here. This episode has been long enough, so I'm going to read the journal, although the Pierce section is still unavailable, but there are others. I'm going to read the journal, so if you're not interested in that, you can skip the rest. So... I haven't read that. Riverside Institute. I came to in Drake's bookstore. In my mind, I still see what Mary Colden lived through. Treatment given to patients, research for medical records, the enigma of the boat, going down into the cellars, and Fuller. Did the book cause this hallucination? Is Colden in danger? Drake will help me in my investigation. He will meet me in Hawkins' mansion after gathering up his things. In the meantime, I've got to save Colden. Getting into the Institute wasn't a problem. Finding Colden and getting out with her might prove to be more difficult. This place shouldn't exist. The doors lead everywhere. The symbols must disappear. A presence, the shambler. Must get out. Sarah Hawkins is alive. After Colden, everything is mixed up. The corridors grow longer. There was this voice, and all the blood coming out of the abandoned cells. I followed it. She's here. She isn't dead? We've got out, but Charles Hawkins caught us, completely changed. Nothing human left. He's dead. Killed him. What does she really know? What have they done to her? Her husband said that she was dangerous. Sarah Hawkins. She looks crazy. Like me? She won't leave Darkwater, not before having killed the Shambler. This is madness. Drake might know something. He spoke about protecting her. He's waiting for me in Charles's office. Bradley knows about Colden. Sarah Hawkins has read the Necronomicon. Was she haunted by the book? She must have looked in it to find a way to get rid of the Shambler. Each time this woman gets close to the occult, a catastrophe occurs. I don't know if she really has any power, but I must shelter her from all this madness. Drake thinks that Charles has hidden an amulet in the mansion that is able to protect Sarah Hawkins. Apparently, the symbol that is engraved upon it has influence over the powers that threaten her. If this is true, I must get my hands on it. The drawing leads to an amulet. Where have I seen this bust? A second drawing. Does it lead to the amulet? I have the amulet. The symbol is the same one on the dagger in Sanders' cell. Drake's safe. The elder sign. It is powerful. We might make it. Must show it to Drake. I'm in jail, thanks to local policemen's incompetence. They claim that they have witnesses who recognize me as the Riverside Institute's arsonists. I don't know what's happening back at the Hawkins mansion while I'm here. They call it Leviathan, the being who has been talking to me since my arrival here. I was in my cell. He appeared and talked about Sarah Hawkins and how badly I wanted to see what she was up to. What has he done to me? So I guess Pierce is seeing this again. Like, Sarah is doing her own thing. I'm not controlling her per se, but I am seeing what she's doing. Much as I was with Colden. Okay, there are upgraded profiles. Here, Algernon Drake, bookseller, is the owner of the Nameless bookstore and a friend of Sarah Hawkins. It would seem that the two of them are united in the common thirst for knowledge of the occult. He has a strange collection of parchment and books of spells, and he seems to know a lot about the island's clandestine activities. If I decide to explore the occult trail, he will be an excellent guide. Mary Colden, Doctor, deceased. I arrived too late to free Colden from the clutches of Fuller. Just before I found her body in the hands of the doctor, she had come to see me to give me a last message. I don't know if I'm going crazy, but I believe that her words were full of truth. Painter. I found Sarah Hawkins alive, prisoner of the Riverside Institute. Charles Hawkins and Dr. Fuller seem to have connived to hide her from the world. She seems to be very affected by the tragedies that have struck her family, but I detect a fighting spirit in the woman that I would better not underestimate. She's a survivor. Charles Hawkins tried, one last time, to challenge the wishes of Sarah Hawkins, and he is dead. This time, there is no coming back. Although I condemn the actions of this man, in a certain way I understand his motives. He was ready to do anything to protect his wife. His abandonment of the cult allowed us to flee the Riverside Institute and learn more about the threat that was weighing upon the mind of Sarah Hawkins. Okay, the places, Riverside Institute. Through the eyes of Dr. Colden, I finally visited the Riverside Institute. The operating rooms and dormitories surround the pharmacy. Everything here has an air of respectability. Do the nurses really know, like Dr. Colden, what's going on in the cellars? What is sure is that the staff fear Fuller. It is perhaps this fear that prevents them from questioning the validity of the medical center of this size on such a small island. That's actually a very good point, you know, and something that people should probably find suspicious, but then again, most of them, I guess, don't think too much about it, especially if all of the island is plagued with nightmares. So in a way, at first they might be grateful that there is such a facility there, you know, to provide them with sleeping aid or, like, you know, the pills, at least until they are experimented upon by Fuller, at which point I doubt they are grateful anymore. The police station on Darkwater is an image of those that occupy it, cramped, neat and tidy, and totally amateur. I'm the only one occupying a cell, but it's not surprising when you see the collusion between the police and the bootleggers, who no doubt supply them with whiskey. I must find a way out of this hole. Occult. Scent. When they will have consumed the stellar flesh and survived transformation, closer than ever to their new master, they will enter his sleep of death and will only awaken to answer his call. They will be called the Awakening, the Awakened, extracted from the Necronomicon by Abdul Al-Hazred. Cthulhu. Unglui Munglaf Cthulhu Relay Anan Fatang. Extract from the Necronomicon by Abdul Hazred. The Elder Sign. Men discovered a protective symbol so powerful that it could remove from them the gaze of the creatures of the myth. They carved it into jewels, painted it onto the doors of their houses, and embroidered it on the clothing of their children. Later, they understood that it could even exercise its power on the doors of the sunken city. Extract from the Necronomicon. Necronomicon. The words that follow are not really mine. They were communicated to me in my dreams and trances by the greatest minds in the cosmos. I take advantage of these moments of lucidity. They grow even shorter to write down few scraps from the immense knowledge that they send crashing against my broken mind night after night. I can only leave those crumbs of knowledge to the world in the hope that reading them will guide men. But I already fear that unholy words will stain the soul of whoever dares open this accursed collection, because, just like prisoners whose confessions were written down on their own skins, I shall protect my heritage beyond the ages. Extract from the Necronomicon. High Priest. The call cannot be made without a guide. The guide does not have to see or hear. He is fully committed to the cause of the Great Old One that he serves. He will find the Oracle. He will pursue the Truth Seeker. The Oracle is Sarah and the Truth Seeker is apparently me. He will neither reveal nor explain. He will observe. And when the stars align on the day of the awakening, he will take his place and lead the call. The Key of Relay. Drake maintains that it can repel the forces of the Great Old Ones and lock the doors to the undersea city of Relay. I see this ugly, solid gold medallion engraved with the same symbol that repulsed Charles Hawkins in the Nameless bookstore. It remains to be seen if it can really protect Sarah Hawkins. Extract from the notebook of Edward Pierce. Okay, what about clues? Fuller's notes. If the evidence garnered in the Hawkins drawing room raises questions as to what became of the parents' bodies, the discoveries of Colden in the office of Fuller reinforced this conviction. Sarah Hawkins was moved from the crime scene by none other than Dr. Fuller. Even more significant, the director of the institute obviously had a strong obsession with the artist. The content of the cylinders recorded proves his interest in the young painter. Summaries of psychoanalysis session as well as blood tests confirm the fact. In one of the cylinders, Fuller clearly states that he has hidden the body and the personal effects of one of his patients. Okay, this is the same. The failed incantation. In Sarah Hawkins' office, a circle decorated with unknown symbols, surrounded partly by consumed candles, bears witness to the artist's occult activities. In the middle of tangible proof, upturned easel, what's an easel? Broken bolt, mark left on the floor by the beast. New residual images arrived to disturb the reconstruction. The Necronomicon appeared on the floor, probably because Sarah Hawkins sought the knowledge required to carry out her rite within its pages. It was no doubt a rite of revocation, because the Shambler was present. The mark on the floor does not lie. There is no other creature on Earth capable of making anything like it. Whatever Sarah Hawkins tried to do, it failed, and the state of the room accentuates the words of her dead husband. She must never again come near occult forces. And nothing in chapter 10 so far. Inventory, just a hurricane lamp. Okay, so I guess that's everything for now. That's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!